Welcome to another session of Creators One-on-One. Today we have 3 big nuggets for you guys to learn about growing your business, offering quality, taking responsibility, and we also going to drop 2 crazy good questions that JC has, right, about optimizing your workflow and making sure that you are in the next level in the game of growing your business, right? JC, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We're going to get started right now. I'm super excited here to do another session of Creators One-on-One. And today I have one of our good customers, JC Miller from J&E Eclectics. If you can maybe share just a little bit about who you are, your company, so that our audience can know what kind of boss they have right here sitting in front of them.
So my background, I spent 8 years in the Army as a combat medic. I transitioned, got 2 degrees in healthcare, then my MBA for operations.
Man, thank you for that. Guys, make sure that you hit this guy in the comments for serving our country and doing what he's got to do. So thank you for that, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I had a passion for healthcare. I thought that's where I was going. Then I found out I had a passion for operations. Got my MBA in operations, started working for some top Fortune 5 companies, doing great things for them. And when the pandemic hit, it hit me just as hard as anybody else. Single father. My daughter's mother is a nurse. And at that time, I looked at my corporate 9 to 5 and I looked at what my daughter's mother was doing. And there's no question which one was a little more important, especially during the pandemic. So I had to take the seat and step out of the office and stay home with my daughter. And it was that moment that, I've heard someone say that if the pandemic didn't wake the entrepreneur, didn't wake the hustler in you, it wasn't there. And if that hurts someone's feelings, I'm sorry, but it's true. I reached out to somebody who actually had a free jet 330TX Plus, and I started talking to him, seeing what he was doing. And I thought, you know what, that's something I can kind of step into just in case I need to offset some income. So I used to say, let your 9 to 5 pay the bills, let your 6 to 10 build the empire. And I quickly realized once I started building that empire, once I got my free jet, we got the 330TX Plus, I was like, you know what, even if I can go back to the corporate office, just the value that I get from working with my customers one-on-one and being your own boss, you can't put a price tag on that. So I left the 6-figure job, and in the middle of quarantine, when everybody else is probably saving money and panicking, I dumped money. I paid cash for my printer. I bought an embroidery machine. I spent 3 months in quarantine just learning how to do the damn thing myself. So to give one piece of advice, I guess, to people who are thinking about this, definitely the first thing is pull the trigger. You mentioned something right when we started this, that it is a big investment, people investing in themselves. And if you're not willing to invest in yourself, no one else is going to either. So you really do got to take that leap. And honestly, you guys are building a community. You're not just a company that washes your hands of us once we buy your equipment. You're there to give us more value day in and day out.
At the beginning, you want to survive, you want to hustle, you want to make money, right? I started like that, right? I was printing at night, working on the machine during the day, seeing can I bring value to people. And then now the targets are bigger, because if you don't hit bigger targets, if you don't set bigger targets, all the daily grind and setback, it's going to seem like a big deal, right? When I get hammered on the daily, on whatever BS is happening, you know what? The targets are so big, it doesn't even faze me, right? So as you grow, you're going to be like, hey, what are these big targets so that whatever happens, maybe somebody leaves, equipment breaks down for the day, you have big ass orders, Shopify shuts you down for the day, right? Whatever that is, or your e-commerce platform goes down. Whatever that is, you got to push through it.
For the first 3 months, I wasn't worried about making a sale. I was worried about how can I print without, a DTG box, or how can I make sure that everything's lined up center. So one of the first things you do in business really is benchmark against other businesses. What are they doing? So I find a video of Johnny on YouTube from 2016 doing his vinyl cutting and heat pressing. I'm like, okay, where's Johnny from 2016 to 2020? What did he leap in 4 years? And I'm like, okay, now Johnny's investing in a DTG printer. So let's skip vinyl cutting. Let's just jump straight to DTG. So I did. I went straight to the top. Since quitting that 6-figure job, since leaving corporate America And doing this, I've invested back into myself. Every time we get a customer, I'm like, okay, what can I add to this equipment? Can I get another different size platen? Is there anything else I need additional? And it's really about thinking that long term. What is the end goal? And the goal isn't to be, a wantrepreneur, right? The goal is to get there and, like you said, be a boss.
The Direct Treater Dual is the brand new pre-treatment machine by OmniPrint International Inc. and is designed to provide versatility between pre-treatment system types. By tradition, pre-treatment machines were limited to being designated as either a closed or open top system. With the Direct Treater Dual, the user can choose between one or the other instead of being limited to one type. This empowers the user to take on a pre-treatment job of any size, whether an a la carte job using the closed drawer system, or bulk jobs using the removable side-loading platen and foot pedal to allow stacking and hands-free production-style pre-treating. The Direct Treater Dual features a bottle reservoir system, allowing you to easily switch pre-treatment solutions, clean the lines, and purge into the waste bottle with minimal messes. The diaphragm pump and pre-treatment delivery system allows for quiet, consistent spray patterns while regulating air pressure and preventing gaps in the line. The Direct Treater Dual has transformed and simplified the pre-treatment process by giving an all-in-one versatile solution with the required consistent results for DTG print shops of all sizes to thrive.
If you're having a hang-up, what are the successful people that are in the same industry, maybe even same equipment, same marketplace? Why are they winning and I am not winning, right? That's the first questions you got to ask, right? And if you're focused on negativity, if you're focused on stuff that doesn't let you win, that's why I have people like JC here, because he's telling you step by step how he won, right? He's telling you that, hey, first I took responsibility for my training. I took responsibility to provide quality, right? I took responsibility to learn what I'm doing, and then I make big goals, right? Those are three like crazy good nuggets. As you move forward, like what are those big goals that you have? How are you gonna keep growing the business?
So you got a shirt right now everyone needs to take a good hard look at. Executing billionaire moves. Okay, that's not just a saying. There's fundamentals and steps that go into that. So our goal for our business on day one, where do we want to be in 5 years? Spend that money up front right now. Take the time, train right now. And our goals are to grow. I mean, we may never get as big as like a Printful, but that's really where our goals are at. If you look at large companies that are just doing this on autopilot.
Hey, well, you know what? Like, don't limit yourself, baby, because there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room in this marketplace, and you can get there if you do the right steps.
Our biggest goal in the next 2 to 5 years would be expanding into a warehouse. And from there, probably we need a few more free jets, but I want to get a Cheetah. We want to expand there. Probably a couple of screen printing, automatic presses as well to take care of, because we don't say no to anything. So even though we're direct to garment here, if someone comes in and they want X, Y, Z, yes, and then you figure it out. So you mentioned a few seconds ago, there's no excuses, right? That's one big nugget as well. Say yes. If your customers are asking you for something, don't be scared. You could figure out how afterwards. If you just keep saying no, they're not going to come back to you later when you are offering something that they want. Figure it out then. Say yes, figure it out, and deliver. So that's a big nugget as well.
Move forward, figure it out later. Move forward, figure it out later, right? Because
Absolutely.
you can, don't get stuck on how am I going to do something. You can do those things, and what's the limitation, right? The limitation is just your mindset.
Right? You can't be afraid to pitch an idea, knock on a door, talk to an investor or a company or a potential client and be told no. That's going to happen. Just get it out of the way. Let it happen. Don't take anything personal. Just take it. Samples is something you hear all the time. Make samples, right? Well, what we'll do, I'll find 5 companies every week locally or within 50-mile radius, and I'll print out 1 or 2 shirts with their logo. Maybe I'll make a couple of hats. Then I'll wear them to those companies and ask to talk to their manager or whoever's in charge of their purchasing. And I've had this idea for months, but we grow so organically through word of mouth through our customers, I never had to take action. I was like, you know what? It's time for action. Yesterday, we're 2 for 2. I hit 2 companies yesterday, 2 new clients. Did not expect that. I expected 2 closed doors, but you don't know until you try. And it turns out one of them had just purchased a week ago and told me, I tell you what, based off of the quality that we brought into their shop, right? So those DTG printed shirts that we brought to them, that was the last order they're placing with their old clients. So that's it. They're coming to us from now on. That's one business done. Take action. Don't be afraid to fail. That's okay. Failing is just another opportunity for growth. It's another way to learn how to not do something, right?
Oh, man, I love that. So you're actually out there promoting, right? You're actually doing the work.
This is the FreeJet 330TX Plus, successfully printing full color, full detail designs on 100% dark polyester, as well as light poly, dark and light cotton, and blends alike. The FreeJet 330TX Plus is equipped with a bulk ink delivery system, which completely eliminates the need for a cartridge-based system. This allows you to refill your ink bottles as needed without dealing with the clutter and costly inefficiency associated with ink cartridges. We have also implemented automatic white ink circulation. This feature directly prevents white ink separation by circulating the white ink throughout the day in between printing, saving you money on white ink. With a touch of 2 buttons, your printer will automatically set the print height, saving the time and effort involved in manual height adjustment. The wet cap system equipped in the printer prevents the print head from drying or clogging, allowing your printer to remain idle for up to 1 month without the need for flushes. The FreeJet 330TX Plus, available now from OmniPrint International. Call today for a free personalized demo.
Do you have a website where people can place your orders?
We do. So it's jeeclectics.com, and we've got a design studio on there. You can go in and make your own garments as well.
What are some top things that I could help you with as you're growing your business that you're having challenges with or need advice?
So my question to you, first of all, would be, when I've got everything going on, I'm taking care of all of these different orders, or we're not streamlining that workflow, right? I'm writing every order down by hand. I know exactly what it is. I've got a whiteboard, and I know you guys actually have some software, the actual workflow. So if you could tell us a little bit about that, that'd be my question, was highlight that and explain how that could help someone like me, or even someone who's just starting out, grow and optimize.
I would walk into shops. I would see highlighters everywhere, Excel sheets with like crossed out which orders are done, right? Lost orders on the side on a pile. Like, I gotta be able to find some software to recommend to my customers so they can automate all this drama, right? I was looking and I didn't find anything. So we ended up creating it from scratch. Everything from how the order comes in, right? What blank it comes in on, how does somebody pay you, quantity, sizes, uploading the image, checking the quality, what's the image size, how many decoration sides the customer is gonna buy, right? You know, upcharges for different sizes, upcharges for rush fees. It is tied to our machines. It's tied to our color profiling. When the order comes through, you can literally scan a barcode and it's gonna print that order with that color profile for that size, for that blank, and any operator can achieve the quality that you as an owner does, because why? It's pre-programmed in your process. Anybody that's scaling their business has to be able to duplicate what they're doing without you having to do that, right? So that's what work does, and it's time to get work done.
Yeah, I would say another good question, if you got the time, would be, I know there's a lot of people thinking about getting started, or maybe even just getting started. And once you've exhausted your, I guess, low-hanging fruit of, all right, who are the neighbors, the friends and family, and you get all those guys to buy into what you're doing, what would you tell a beginner is the best approach to take when you've exhausted the natural resources around you to start promoting and let people know about your business? But what would you say is that key advice for getting your information out and awareness?
You always have to be out there promoting, right? But before you promote, I want you to have a clean offer and a clean place where people can go buy, right? A lot of the times people say, hey, I'm struggling with my sales. How can I do it? First thing I do is I try to go buy something from them. And I would say over 90% of the time, I cannot even like hit up a site. Their stuff's not ready to buy, right? They don't have enough products for me to buy. They don't have enough prices, enough selections for me, right? So make sure you have a decent offering. Not huge, right? 5, 10 products, that's fine. Whatever it is that you do, have a place, have an offer, have a price, let them know what you deliver, have testimonials in place of customers that already trust you. A lot of people start trying to promote first prior to having a good product offering that they know works. Number one, the people that have bought from you before will most likely buy from you again. Make sure that you're not sleeping on that, right? Number two, once you've proven that out, you could do ads that mimic the organic stuff that you already did, right? Also, social media, all platforms, be omnipresent on all platforms that you're posting. Hey, this is what I do. This is how much it is. This is where you can get it. And this is the price. If I'm gonna charge you a little more, it's because my value is there, right? Price is only an issue in the absence of value. I'm providing you guys value, right? With community, and we're doing a lot of stuff when it comes to helping you guys grow, support the Creators Live, our on-site network that we built.
WorkBridge 2020 is the newest automation system released by OmniPrint International Inc. This new direct-to-garment print automation system from OmniPrint showcases an even more optimized scan-to-print process with the speed and simplicity required by most print shops facing high-volume print jobs, featuring a simpler user interface and a new improved barcode scanner with a label printer for generating automation barcodes on the fly. With a single scan of the barcode, any print job can be instantly queued up with all of the customer's predetermined grip software settings, including the brand, garment, and type, eliminating print errors and reducing setup times from minutes to seconds.
Before this is over, Victor, I want to say thank you, not just for what you're doing with the content, but what you're doing with your company. It really shows, and I appreciate everything that you're putting out for your customers and the potential customers that are out there, but more importantly, the community that you're building. And I'm proud to be a part of it, brother. So thank you.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you for reaching out. And, thank you for what you're doing, man. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for taking responsibility and like building your business, having big goals, dropping these huge nuggets on us, right? It's amazing. And number one, thank you for the service that you did to this country.
Thank you. Thank you.
As you know, we're a big supporter of our troops. It's right dead center on our website.
Thank you.
See, guys, make sure that you subscribe, comment, make sure you follow JC. This was fire content that we bring to you guys, all right? His IG is at JE_eclectic, right? We're super excited for you guys to make sure to subscribe, the bell, and all that stuff, right? And we'll see you guys on the next Creators One-on-One.